The key, okay, so this is something that I realized, especially in Chicago this last weekend, but this past weekend it was just like deeply internalized for me, but definitely over the last few months. The key to day game is just not being weird. Do you know what I mean by that? It's not, so you might get online and watch all these pickup videos. Some of my infields are like really funny and I say like the wittiest, funniest shit. And you, like, you know, and other guys, they have like this amazing, mind-blowing infield. And so you watch that and you're like, oh, it's gotta be like that. You know what I mean? It's gotta be like that at night. It's gotta be like that during the day. I've gotta really stand out. But you kind of do in some situations at night, but during the day, it's not as necessary. You know what I mean? You just have to build that basic social comfort where the girl just feels like, oh, this is like a genuinely cool guy. He's not shaky. He's not being weird. You know, his body, his fucking posture's on point. His body language is relaxed. He's chill. He seems like an okay guy. You actually already have the advantage in day game, in my opinion, because I think, and this is just something that like, I've never like seen this anywhere before. Like I've just been thinking about this a lot lately. I think that girls are more addicted to the story of how they met a guy almost than like how it really went. Do you know what I mean? So you might have fucking been at Cantina last night and like swept a girl off of her feet, right? I mean, just she's so into you. You guys are like grinding on each other and it's like uber sexual. She doesn't end up going home with you, and then the next day you're like, oh, it was so on. I got the number. We're gonna fucking hang out. It's gonna be dope. But she's gonna remember you in a haze, probably. She was probably drunk, and you were just that guy from Cantina. You know what I mean? Whereas, even if it doesn't go as well, even if you're not as good looking or whatever, girls want to tell their fucking grandma that, oh, we met at Starbucks. Oh, actually, grandma, he came up to me on the street and said hi, and you know, I thought he was cute, and we went and grabbed lunch. It was so random, out of the blue. One thing led to another, and it just happened. He got my number, and now we're hanging out all the time. You know what I mean? They're addicted to like that story. That's why I think day game is so powerful. When I went to New York, I went to New York, I mean, I went for vacation. I'd never been to New York City, but I went about a month ago. And I literally, like when I got there, I went out at night and everything, but primarily it was like hanging out with dudes, honestly. Like I was going to meeting up with like all of Brad Holiday's guys or all the pickup guys at night, you know, and I gamed and shit, but I didn't really ever, there was no killer instinct, you know what I mean? I was there to get really good at day game. And so that was what I did. Like I went around and I approached in Washington Square Park, up and down the street. I walked all the way from, it's fucking West 105th, like if you know New York at all, West 105th, all the way down to the World Trade Center, which I looked it up and it's like 5.6 miles. That's a bit, dude. Yeah, I walked that whole thing and I just approach.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you